On.
In the early 30s, at Holy Rosary, on junior muni team, and then I played in the Muni League and 2 years in the Major League at Portsmouth Park, and back in the Muni League, and finished about 45 or 46.
1945 to 46.
Coached some good teams, the Radford Eagles and the Sherman Park Boys Club in that league.
Who do you think's going to win the World Cup?
Who's playing?
Oh my goodness. Well, we're going to say Italy, okay? Or maybe we'll say Ireland.
I doubt it.
Or Germany.
Italy or Germany, I guess.
Germany. Travis,
How
you doing?
Pretty
Very
good.
famous person.
Well, I started playing soccer in 1933 at St. Margaret's. I went all through high school at St. Mary's and played there, and then I played at Fairgrounds Park, Sportsman's Park, and Crownless Park. I played then, and it's just a pleasure to be in this committee. That's all I can say about soccer.
Well,
it's very good.
I've met you before, Red, and it's a pleasure again meeting you.
Thank you.
And good luck to you.
Thank you.
I'd say about 16.
About 16? So that was what, 1962 or?
You figure it out.
You figure it out. Well, I tell you what, it is, these fellows, they come up here and they have their meeting at the Bellefontaine Civic Center. I understand that it used to be down at the Carpenters Hall down in South St. Louis. There's a lot of members in the Soccer Hall of Fame that live north, so they going to spread it out a little bit and meet up here. And we're glad to have you with us today.
We're glad to because about 7 of us are from one team that's on the board.
And what team was that?
St. Matthews.
St. Matthews? Well, we can't play soccer, but we can get out there and root them on. A lot of the kids out there.
Yeah, I go and watch my daughter's kid, and they were going to put me out in protest, and I said, why? He said, you're on the wrong side of the field. And I said, well, whenever you don't hear me, you know I won't be there.
So there'll be a lot of people coming up through the ranks and hopefully getting involved in things like that. Okay, next we have my neighbor and good friend, Mr. Frank Gambaro. Frank, how you doing today?
Fine.
Tell us a little bit about what you remember. What was your favorite, your fondest memory in playing soccer?
Well, I'm not as good as these guys, but hell, fighting the Irish, I guess I'm not. That's a good
When did you get started in soccer?
Well, I fell in love with the game in 1925 in Italy. And I knew there and then that I was going to stay with it for a while. And 50 years later, I quit.
Didn't you coach some of the teams down there at Bear Park?
I coached, the trainer, I run the team, I was sponsor, anything to stay in the game.
True love for the sport.
It's a crazy game, but it's good.
Frank, it's been my pleasure.
Okay.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Joel, how are you today?
Fine, sir.
Now, do you have some soccer memories?
Yeah, I started September the 9th, 1932, and I'm still with it, 61 years.
What are you doing today for soccer?
All right, I just came back from the Cup games up at Chicago over the weekend. Ted Kasavich and I were the state commissioner, and I'm the alternate. We were up there, and we were not as lucky as we have been in past years, but we've won. Our women go to the national. We've got 5. This is the first time in 5 years that there's 5 different states from the region tour are going to go to the national in Philadelphia in July. But I've been with it so long, and they just named it the youth draft after me. The Joe Gorky Cup. That's when you had the paper over again, and. It was and they also nominated me to the Soccer Hall of Fame this year from the youth, so I appreciate that. So it's been a great life. And I'm glad I'm still around. I have to keep going. Good luck. Gives me what I want to see the turn of the century.
Well, it's been my pleasure and an honor meeting you, sir. What you're doing today?
Well, the Irish and Italian priest brought the game over to the United States, and I was very fortunate to grow up in St. Matthew's Parish. My father, Edward P. Ryan, who was straight from Ireland. So naturally, everybody in St. Matthew's took up the game of soccer. I wasn't as good as some of the guys. We had some great players come out of St. Matthews. I was playing on the field. Started in 1939, and in 1944 we won the parochial championship. And then I was playing on the field then, and I wasn't good enough to hang with it on the field. Our goalie hurt his arm, and I ended up playing goal the rest of my life. And I was very fortunate to play on some championship teams, and had some great players playing in front of me and with me and against me. And I just love the game of soccer, and the people that you meet in soccer are the greatest people in the world.
How'd you get the name Goose?
Well, I can't tell you on the air. You'll have to ask some of the girls out on the hill where they used to go to the dances on Friday and Saturday nights.
Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thanks very much.
We have Mr. playing soccer when you got started.
Well, I started in '36, Holy Rosary, and I played, I guess, till the early '50s. My greatest pleasure was watching St. Louis teams win cup games, and they won a lot of them, more than they get credit for. If they compare our cup games with the World Series, St. Louis is up there with anybody. That's
You know, I wanted to ask, who's your pick for the World Cup?
it looks like everybody's picking Germany. I don't know if everybody has to go with the favorite, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds like even eyes, but we'll see what happens with Italy in there, in Ireland.
My love for soccer started in 1929. Had an uncle who took me to Sportsman's Park, and that was the Six Baron Fuller, Ben Miller's, Anderson Motor Freight, and Coca-Cola. And I've been following soccer, playing soccer, coaching soccer ever since, and it's the greatest game in the world. Let me beat you to this question: who's going to win the World Cup? Without a doubt, if America does it, Ireland will.
You, Monsignor, playing soccer, when you got started?
I started in 1928 in the 7th grade. And Blessed Sacrament, St. Matthews used to beat us 11-0, 10-0 every game. My biggest thrill was scoring some goal against them. They beat us 11-1 this day. They took a shot, hit the crossbar, and went back out towards center. And being a little fast guy, I ran up and got it and beat the goalie. We only scored one goal that year. And I was very happy. Father Lambert was our man in charge of our soccer. And he gave me a pair of shoes.
Did you,
One of my biggest thrills.
the Blessed Sacrament, did they ever play St. Ambrose?
Not at that time, I don't believe, did they? I don't recall them playing them at that time. I think it was more local, North St. Louis.
I think there was a reason for that. Nobody could touch St. Ambrose. I think that's the way it went.
Well, in the later years.
In later years?
Yes.
Well, it's my pleasure meeting you.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.